Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage, and yes, this is The Sims 4. Now I know this isn't technically a strategy game, but I do play some sandbox games from time to time, and you guys did seem to enjoy me playing around with SimCity. I've always enjoyed the Sims franchise, right from the very first one. I've played all three of the original ones. I do get a little bored of them once they start getting oversaturated with like a million different expansion packs, but the fourth one has just come out. I'm a few days behind the rest of the world because, as usual, America gets the release a week before the UK does. But I actually downloaded it last night. I haven't really had a chance to play it yet. All I have done is mess around on the character editor for about sort of 10-15 minutes, just basically to see what was new. I've basically reset everything back to sort of standard. All the tutorials are back on and reset, so we're going to be going from scratch. So I'm going to be sharing my sort of you know, my first experience of The Sims 4 with you guys. Now, I haven't created any characters yet. I'm going to do them in this video. What I will do is this video will just be the character creation. I was in two minds whether or not to do it because some people really like to see that and some people don't. So if you don't want to see the character creation and you just want to go straight on to me actually playing the game, jump to the next video, which obviously, depending on how quickly people see this, might not be uploaded yet, but I am going to try and upload them back to back. So hopefully the next video will go up just shortly after this one does. And like I said, yeah, if you don't want to see the character creation, just skip on forward. So let's go in, and we are going to create new household. Shouldn't have one already. So here we go. Welcome to create a sim. It's all pretty standard. You've got this personality panel up here. Now I've been trying to work out what I was going to do, who I was going to add to the game. I did think about putting myself in, but then I thought, well, I'm kind of boring. I'm not all that visually special. I'm pretty much Joe Average. You know, I've got short brown hair, a round face, blue eyes. Most of the time don't even have any facial hair. I am Mr. Generic, so there's no point putting myself in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create 3 people, put them all in one household. I think we're going to have probably a guy and 2 girls. And it's they're not going to be in a relationship or anything. They're all just going to be sort of, I don't know, like students sharing a house or something like that. So we can make this a little bit situational comedy, maybe. See how well this is going to go. We'll make one of the girls first because we're already on the female. So you've got the options here. You can start off as a child, and then you've got teens, young adults, adults, which doesn't make an awful lot of difference apart from some of these sort of wrinkle lines at the side of the mouth, and of course you can go for the old fogey. I think what we're going to do is go for the young adults mainly across the board. Now, I have turned the automatic aging off for this game because I never really liked that. But what I'm going to do is, I think you can still age up manually as and when you want to. So if we have the option to do that, we will do. But we'll keep people at the age they are. So we've chosen our gender. We've chosen our age range. We can choose what type of voice we have.
Algorithm and Kira.
The sweet voice.
You fit to me.
Apparently a melodic voice.
Bobson Zatorb.
And the lifted voice. I think we're going to go for the sweet voice.
One Genie Makosa.
And we can also increase or lower the pitch.
Batisa Wallake.
Subi Web.
Okay, so maybe somewhere there.
Reginil.
That sounds about right. There's quite a few different walk styles you can choose from as well. You've got your sort of your default walk. Whenever you turn them, it sort of disappears off. But you've got your default walk. There's a perky walk, which is a little bit camp. Snooty walk. Well, we're not going to be a snob. Got a swagger, a feminine walk, whatever one of those is. A tough walk, a goofy walk, the sluggish walk, and the bouncy walk. And those are all the walk types that are available for all of your Sims. So let's go for that one just because it's a little bit silly. Now, you've got these options here. You have an aspiration and you also have traits. So these are a little bit like perks. So your I think aspirations were added in The Sims 3. They've expanded them a little bit more here. So you can actually choose what it is that you want to do, what you want to aspire towards. And these all have subsections. So, for example, if we go down the creativity route, you get the Muser trait, which means you get you boost your skills better when you're inspired. But you've got subsections, so you can either be a painter extraordinaire, a musical genius, or a best-selling author. I think I'm going to go for musical genius on this one, actually, just for something a little bit different. It means we can get a piano in the house or something. And we get our bonus trait there. And now we get our 3 main traits. There's a few different ones that you can choose from. You've got emotional traits, hobbies, lifestyle, and social. So let's look in emotional. I think maybe, as we are a musical genius, maybe we should just be a little bit of a thinker. Bit of a genius. And we'll pick our second trait. Maybe we'll look at hobby. I suppose music lover would really work, because we become happy when playing instruments. Putting all those things together would really sort of boost our sim up. And what else can we have for our third trait? Outgoing, non-committal, mean. What else have we got under lifestyle? Insane, lazy, neat. I think we're going to have someone who's neat, because we can also have someone who's a bit of a slob, and see how well they get along. Now we need to come up with a name for our sim, and I'm sick of coming up with names, so I'm just going to hit some of the random buttons and see what we get. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. I didn't even come up with the name. You're just rushing me now. Natalie Oliver. That sounds like a first name. Tharp is weird. Hayden's the first name. Natalie Swan. Why not? That will do. So, let's go into the actual editing of the sim itself. Now, the way it works on this, if we get rid of all these tips, is you can actually just edit various parts of the body by just clicking on the bit you want. So, if you click on the lower legs, you can edit what you're wearing on the bottom half. You can also just switch to the top half from there as well. Actually adjusting sizes, you can actually just click and drag if you want to make body parts a different shape and size. So we can just grab here on the lower leg, move it left and right. We can adjust the shape of the calves. We can also drag up and down. And if we go in here, we've got the usual settings, the physique. So we can make a ripped, or we can make a like really sort of under muscular. So we'll go somewhere in the middle, and we can make her, you know, sort of quite on the chubby side, or go down and make her stick. So I think we'll go for sort of like a happy medium there. So if we go into body manipulation here, you can actually pick from some default body types, and you can also pick like the skin tone and everything. I think we're going to pick something that's, I don't know, kind of sort of in the middle, so something like that seems about right. Not too bothered about tattoos, although there does appear to be quite a selection of various different tattoos, and a lot of these things you can actually pick colours for them as well now, which is quite an interesting little feature they've added, but I don't think we're going to have any tattoos for this one. Styled looks. Now, styled looks allows you to basically get some pre-done setups for the clothing, which includes the accessories, the tops and the bottoms. So you have various different colour options for each style, and then you have various different styles which you can choose from. So just have a look, see if any of these sort of suit. Don't want to go down the emo route. I don't think we need to go down the cowgirl route. I think she should be something a little bit sophisticated, especially if she's going to be a bit of a musician. So we might end up doing this one manually. So let's actually go in and have a look at the tops. Now you do have various number of sort of different attires you have. You have your everyday, your formal, your sort of sport wear, your sleepwear, and your party wear. So we can go in and find something that will probably suit her quite well. That's quite a nice combination. It's like the tank top with the little sort of the little jacket. And again, you can actually choose the colours. So I think the red and the black work rather well. Don't want to drag there because I'm actually just dragging her stomach in and out, which with the body edit tool there. So I've got to get used to that. Now I've gone in completely the wrong thing. There are some sort of full body options as well, where you can actually do the whole ensemble in one. And obviously some of the dresses and things actually count as a single piece, which is actually quite nice, but I don't think that is appropriate for everyday wear. So, going to go back to the tops, find the one that I had before, which was that one, and obviously we're going to need some something on the legs to go with that, because you can't just sort of walk around in your underwear. It's just not right. What would work quite well with that? Some of these things are shocking. That actually works quite well. I'm not sure how, but it does. And we could go for accessories. Now, there's various different accessories depending on which part of the body you click on. So click on the body, you get accessories for the hands, the legs and the feet. If you want to do the head, you need to click on the head and then click the accessories buttons here. That will give you things such as earrings and glasses and all that sort of thing. Maybe she should have glasses, you know. She's a bit of a genius, a bit of a geek. Maybe we could go for some sort of very styled lenses there. Give her some glasses. That's not too bad. That's not terrible. They're not the best choice of glasses I've ever seen. No, maybe that's a little bit too much. I quite like those slim frames, actually. That works quite well. Let's just zoom back out of there. See if we can do something about these boots. I'm not particularly certain if they're what we want. Got a lot of options for shoes here. We've got sandals, flats, loafers, slippers, heels, wedges, sneakers, and we can take them off as well. Not sure she should be wearing heels or wedges. Maybe flats, you know. I'm not sure how tall she is. I'm not sure if we adjusted the height, but not a lot of options for flat shoes. The choice of shoes does seem rather uninspired, but I think if we go for the red there, it matches a shirt, so that works out quite nicely. And I think we're almost done, but what we do need to do is some editing on the face, because we've just took the default face here. We haven't done anything with the hair or anything, so we can actually choose the face. Now, we could randomize this if we want, which will give us a various option of different faces. Changing the faces does actually change the skin tone as well, although there's some really weird options for skin tones. They've always had blue and green in. I'm not sure why, but apparently that is a thing. So that's quite a sort of almost a Mila Kunis face there. We can go into skin details. You can add things like wrinkles and freckles and beauty spots and so on and so forth. Let's give her a few little freckles. Why not? And let's do something about the hair, because, you know, default hair is default. And let's go something that's a little bit more... that's not too bad, is it? I think we should probably change the colour, though. I don't know. Do we want to go blonde? Do we want to go a little bit redhead? She's already got freckles, and make her a bit of a redhead. Now, we can also give her a hat. I don't think we want to give her a hat. Makeup. Does she want to have any makeup on? Well, we don't want to have too much makeup on. We don't want to go overboard with it. Just maybe a bit of eyeshadow. Don't think we're going to bother too much about the lipstick. Now, there used to be a way... Oh, we could do the cheeks and everything else. Even do face paint, although there isn't any in this particular instance. Now, one thing I'm trying to find out is actually editing the eyes and the eyebrows. If you click on the eyebrows directly, you get the eyebrow menu here. I'm going to try and give her some eyebrows that are maybe a little bit more shapely. Obviously, they're going to match the hair colour. Now, I think that works slightly better. So we've got the eyebrows done. We can also work on the eyes. Do we want to give her some earrings as well? Let's give her some little... They're quite nice if we can... Oh, those ones in a red, possibly. They work quite well. Let's give her those. And I'm just trying to work out how to actually change the colour of the eye. There is a way of doing it. I just think it's difficult to click when the glasses are on. Let's click on face. And then click on the eye. No, it's just giving us accessories again. That's quite weird. Let us... remove the glasses, then click on the eye, and now we can actually get to the eye setting. So we can actually change the eye shape from here as well. I know I'm spending a lot of time on one character. I'll do the other ones more quickly. I'm mainly just doing this to actually show you how the character creation, the customization actually works in this game. They're quite nice eyes. I've always thought the green eyes work quite well with red hair. It's a very sort of almost an Irish trait there. So we've got the eyes right. We can of course just actually grab and just slide the mouse to adjust proportions. Also works on the eye spacing as well. And if you actually grab onto the iris of the eye, you can even adjust the size of that. Although it's been a little bit tricky right now. That's not too bad. It doesn't look too alien. Let us go and find our accessories and put our spectacles back on now that we've sorted out that little problem. It was these ones in the pink. There we go. So there we go. I think we actually have our first sim, but we can have a quick look at some of the other sort of dress wear. That is a formal dress wear. Interesting, but I'm not sure if it's what we're looking for. Let's have a look for the sort of the whole ensemble here that we have. It's set to formal. We could actually change it to whatever we wanted. Let's have a look in full body. There's some quite nice dresses in here that she could have. Seems like the type that will be very sophisticated. Could we go maybe for the red? I think maybe that's a little bit too much red with the hair. Possibly works well with the green, though. Or maybe it's a little bit too formal. This looks more like it's a sort of a cocktail dress. That's definitely the little black dress. No glasses as well. So some of these dresses are really extravagant. They're like proper ball gowns and things going on. But I think that one actually works quite well. Not too sure about the colour of the shoes in this instance, though. You think that they should at least match the dress, wouldn't you, really? And as for sporting wear, yeah, the tracksuit, I don't see that being a problem. I'm quite happy to leave it with that. Again, maybe go for the green. I think maybe green is her colour. And sleepwear, we're going for the... Some of this is a little bit... wow. Okay, fine. Let's go for something... Let's go for the fluffy pyjamas again. No green options here. Maybe that's about as close as she's going to get. And the little fluffy bunny rabbit slippers. Yeah, exactly. And for the party, what would you wear out to the party? Maybe this is her party dress. Again, in the green, because green's her colour. Now, the shoes definitely don't go there. We can give her some really sort of... does that work? Some sort of red rocker boots along with the dress. I don't think it does it? No. I completely agree. Could go for the red sandals there. That works quite well. And yeah, I think we're done. So we have our first character. So we're going to go add a sim. And now you have this option to play with genetics. Now this mainly works if you want to make members of a family. Because what you can actually do is if you say you have a male and you have a female, you can actually play with genetics and combine their traits to make someone who features both of them a little bit and has a sort of a mixture of the two. But we're just going to go ahead and add a new sim because our sims are not going to be related. This one is going to be a guy. We had decided on that. Now you've got slightly different options for the voice. You've got clear,
Skimbo Chorm,
warm,
Shanib Doyum, huh?
Hey, Reginu Nupsa,
and brash. I think this guy's going to be warm.
Yabosa,
A little higher.
Hinapreb, ho!
Okay, that's fine. Now, his walk, I think he's just going to have the... maybe he's going to have the tough walk. Maybe that's his walk, but we need to do something about him. So what is his aspiration going to be? Maybe this guy's going to be the guy that wants to get rich. So, with fortune, you get a bonus trait to business savvy. Business savvy sims earn more than standard rate from careers. Now, we're going to have 3 people living in one house, so we're going to need people with good jobs bringing in some good money. So we're going to give him that. Now, does he want to have a... does he want to be a mansion baron? He's all about owning the biggest, fanciest home. Or does he just want to be fabulously wealthy? I think he wants to be career focused, so we're going to make him fabulously wealthy. Now, what are our traits going to be? I certainly think he should be a slob, because that's going to work things quite well with our person who is a neat freak. So, slobs are not affected by dirty surroundings, but they do make household items dirtier faster. I also think possibly he should be... where is it? He should be a geek. Let's face it, we're watching videos about computer games on YouTube. We are all geeks. I think I'm going to make him a little bit like me in the fact that I am going to, if I can actually find it, because I've seen it in there somewhere. Not there. Not there. I'm going to make him a foodie as well. So these sims become happy and have fun when eating good food, become uncomfortable when eating bad food, and can watch cooking shows for ideas. So that's going to be quite good. So we've actually got our guy here. Now we need to change his name. Give him a different first name. What do we like? Rodolfo. That's Connor. No, Nigel. Definitely not a Nigel. A lot of weird names in here. Tyler, no. Deshaun, really? Wade, Ricardo, Steve. There we go. Steve's a good name. No, he's not going to be a swan because they're not going to be related. Doesn't look like a chow. Is he a piper? Steve Goldsmith, there we go. It's about as generic as you can get, isn't it? So we need to do something about Steve because he looks like he belongs in some sort of 70s police detectives movie. So let's go ahead and let's hit the randomize button a couple of times, see what we get. We definitely need to do something about those mutton chops. They are absolutely awful. Let's go with a little bit more of a sort of a neutral default face. There's a massive jawline on that guy. Maybe we're going in the right direction with that one there. Let's have a quick look at the hair, because we definitely need to do something about that. Let's go... That's pretty close to my hair, actually. See, if I did add myself, I'd just be like that without the beard. And speaking of the beard, that is awful. I have been known from time to time to have this going on. My eyes are blue. And yeah, that's pretty much what I look like. I could stretch around and mess with the face in any way, shape or form, and basically it always just looks plain and average. This is what I end up looking like. If you actually turn sideways, you can actually stretch things out, like the length of the nose and the height of the nose and things like that. So it's well worth actually moving around because you can adjust the brows. This is something that we didn't actually edit on the last video as well. You can actually, or on the last character, you can actually just change the noses. There's a lot of different nose shapes and sizes here. And of course, you can then go around and edit them by dragging and dropping. Same goes for the mouth. Lots of different sort of mouth shapes and sizes. Sort of different expressions almost as well. You can have people looking slightly sort of sad and sort of pursed lips and fuller lips. And some of these really don't work too well with the guys. They're a little bit weird. That's probably about as neutral as we can get there. So let's go and have a look and see what we can do about his physique, because he's a little bit of a chubber. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to make he has a tough walk, so we're going to make him a little bit muscular. We don't want him to be mega bulky, but we're going to bring his size down. He actually looks ripped at the top, so we need to bring his shoulders in a little bit, because we want him to be able to fit through doors and stuff. We do want to put a little bit of meat on him. The outfit, definitely need to do something about the outfit. Let's have a look what we've got for full body here and see if we can find him something that isn't completely offensive for everyday wear. No, a lot of it just looks terrible, so let's go ahead and just do something manually for him. Is he a sweater and tie guy around the house? He's a bit of a slob, so I don't think he is. I think he's probably going to be more of a... let's give him a sort of a t-shirt and shirt style of thing. What can we get going for him? Let's get him going on. Let's see if we can rock this number. There we go. Not too sure about the shorts with that. Definitely need to do something about the socks. That's just not working out. I suppose this would work quite well with jeans. Let's give him some blue jeans. That works out quite well there. We definitely need to get rid of the dog tag, which I believe is connected to the head accessories. Nope. Click on the head. Remove accessories. Yep, there goes the dog tag. Not sure if we want to actually give him any particular accessories. I don't think he needs glasses or anything. Could give him a hat, potentially. Again, not sure that he technically needs one. Give him some sort of weird Nacho Libre wrestling mask, but I'm not sure that that is appropriate either. What about the shoes? Should we be doing something down there? So he's got his shoes on. What can... Or are they sneakers? They're sneakers. We could give him boots. Not really any option for shoes. It's just sort of loafers. Maybe that's a little bit too coordinated. Definitely not the blue. Let's just stick with the black. That seems to work quite nicely. Again, bit of a generic everyman, but works for our needs. Let's have a look at his formal wear. Wow. Maybe we should go like for almost that. That is so ridiculous. I'm tempted to just keep it. Yeah, I'm just keeping that just for comedy value. Sporting wear, we can hit the randomize button, of course, and it will swish things around a little bit. Let's go for the sort of the full body. No full body stuff in there. Let's have another quick look for the tops. That works quite well. Do need to change the bottoms up a little bit, though. Should we give him the sort of the jogging bottoms? What works well with the grey? That works quite well. I can live with that, and the sneakers are fine. Do we need to give him any accessories? Just dodgy socks, so no, not really. I think he's good there. Nightwear. I think this is the sort of guy that would definitely just go full on robe, I think. He's a robe guy. There we go. And party wear. What do we have for party wear? I think we should be rocking the waistcoat for party wear. I'm almost happy with that, actually. Let's just see if we can change those shoes up a little bit. It's something that matches up. And do we go a little bit wild with the legs? Do we go for the... No, that's a bit too much, isn't it? It's a little bit too wild. Yeah, I'm not sure the patchy jeans actually work too well for the party wear. Let's stick with what we had. I think that works out quite nicely. So we have ourselves another character there to add to the mix. I'm happy with that. And we are going to go ahead and add another sim. Now, you do have this button to edit relationships, which we are going to look at. Now, these should all be roommates. I think by default, they are all on roommates. You can change them to, like, you know, sort of sister, wife, brother, husband, and things like that. But I think we will have them all roommates. We did want to keep this one as a female. I can't remember what Natalie's voice was, which one we used. I think she had sweet, so this one should probably be lifted.
Febine Lovo.
Go a little bit higher.
Inabosh.
Yeah, why not? So let's go for the walk. I think we'll just have the default walk for Missy here. And what are we going to have for her trait? We could make her knowledgeable. She could be the quick learner. She could be the sort of know-it-all of the house. Wants to be good at many things at once. Wants to be both book smart and handy, or wants to be a computer whiz. Everything from playing games to careers. Let's make her our computer whiz. Why not? So she also is a quick learner. So I think the fact that we've done that means we can make her a geek as well, because that'll marry up quite nicely with being the computer whiz. As for her second trait, let's make her the one who's romantic. And for our third trait, we could make her evil. Non-committal or mean. We could make her childish or clumsy. Loving the outdoors, being materialistic, being ambitious. I think this one is going to be actually clumsy.
Oh, no,
just because it sounds like a bit of fun. Hopefully we won't get any houses burnt down. But let's go in and edit a few things. First of all, of course, we do want to do the name. She's not going to be a swan. She is going to be a... Ooh, let's have a look. Definitely not a hooker. Or a schmid. Oh, dear. I can't even pronounce that, so we're definitely not going with that. A McNeil, that'll do. And we've already got another Natalie, so we don't want another one. Amy McNeil, there we go. Nice and generic. Let's go ahead and pick a face. It's usually a good sort of starting point. Of course, we'll hit random and... Okay, not too bad. Not too bad for a starting point, so we'll go with that. We will change the hair up a little bit, though. Let's go for something a little bit more wild. Maybe this one's going to be our sort of blonde. Now that I've done that, I'm not too sure that the face works with it. Maybe we should go... Yeah, that seems to work. Blue eyes, blonde hair. Looks a little bit Aryan. Maybe we should have given her a little bit of a Germanic-sounding name, but we'll see what we can get out of that. Should we go for some hair that's a little bit longer? A little bit more refined? Or should she be more of a sort of a fun sort of pigtails kind of thing? That looks very sort of party wear, but we'll probably go with that. Get away with that. Why not? Okay, so... Don't really need any hats. Do we go with any accessories for this one? Don't think we need glasses. We could... she got her ears showing on this side, so we could go with earrings that are a little bit more on the side of being able to see them. That works quite well. So I think she's going to be a little bit weedy. She's still going to be relatively slim. But I don't think she's going to be particularly fit or athletic because she's quite clumsy, so she hurts herself quite a lot, so she doesn't do a lot of physical activity. So let's see what we can do about dress sense. Do we go for one of these sort of ensemble numbers? This is going to be her everyday wear. That's just pyjamas. Why would you wear pyjamas for everyday wear? That is just a long jumper. What are we going to go for? This is going to be everyday wear, to be honest. That could actually work quite well, but I definitely think it needs better shoes than that. I mean, we could just go completely ridiculous. Why not? Just, why not? You know, it's The Sims. It allows you to do ridiculous things. Formal wear. Let's see what we can get out of the formal wear here. That is extremely formal. You imagine this person who, like, dresses in a long jumper and rock boots, but turns up to a party wearing, like, a full-length ball gown. It'd actually be quite a strange thing to see. I think that should definitely be her formal wear. As for athletics, it's just a choice of different coloured tracksuits, unless we want to go for individual parts. And we could go for the old boob tube, and that doesn't look very. It looks pink on here, but it looks purple on the actual model, which is a strange thing. I think we will stick. Actually, the tracksuit works quite well. Maybe pink's her colour. Maybe she's very much a girly girl when she's out running. Sleepwear, we are probably... Do we do the really long pyjamas? And we did say she is a girly girl, but... Do we go the plain? Let's Some of these colours are actually hard to tell from the thumbnail. So let's go for the pink. I don't think the shoes work with that as well. It's quite strange that there's actually these really sort of risque lingerie in there. Accessory shoes, let's get those changed. We definitely want some sort of slipper, but maybe those ones are a bit over the top. They work much better with that. Okay, and finally we have our party outfit. What's she going to turn up to the party in? That's quite a nice dress. I haven't seen that one before. I mean, I could literally spend an entire day just going around doing all of this, but I don't want to make hours worth of video. Oh, that works quite well. I think we are done, although I think she should probably have some sort of accessory if she's going to go out in the party dress. The bangles can work quite well. They go with the dress there. Even got all the various different stockings there as well, but I think we'd like to go with maybe a necklace. Can we get a necklace accessory? Necklaces, there we go. There are a few to choose from. Maybe something that has a lot of grandeur. And we definitely need some earrings here as well, I think, to go with. Maybe that match the necklace. Get the silver and red. That works quite well. So there we go. We actually have our 3 people. So now we've got 3 people. We are going to tick the button. Now it is going to be counted as the Swan household because it's we started with Natalie Swan first, so it becomes her household, and we can sort of randomize the portrait. It looks like he's about to goose Amy there, so maybe we don't want to have that particular portrait. There we go. That's very much your sitcom right there. So we are going to hit the play button, and we are going to go ahead and go into our world and start our first sort of sim house. So let's save and play. And just while it's loading up, well, that loaded a lot more quickly than I expected it to, and this isn't even on the SSD. But we are here on the point where we have to choose our property, but we'll do that on the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching me create my first family of Sims on The Sims 4, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.